Hello class 8 students, welcome back to the science class. Today we are starting chapter 7 of your class science textbook, Cell, Structure and Function. Chapter at a glance. Cells, microscope, shape and size of the cell, cytoplasm, nucleus, discovery of microscope, cell theory, structure of a cell membrane and cell wall, cell organelles. Engage. Label the following images using the words given in the box. तो ये जो इमेजेस दी गई हैं आपको इनको नाम देना है कि इनके नाम क्या क्या हैं और बॉक्स में आपके लिए ऑलरेडी हिंट दी हुई है. विच ऑफ दीज रिप्रेजेंट अ प्लांट सेल? इसमें से प्लांट सेल कौन सी है? ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट. सेल्स आर द बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स ऑफ लाइफ. ऑल लिविंग थिंग्स आर मेड अप ऑफ सेल्स. Houses are made up of bricks stuck together. Similarly, plants and animals are built up of cells stuck together. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. तो सारे ऑर्गेनिजम्स, हम, एनिमल्स, एवरीबडी जस्ट मेड अप ऑफ सेल्स. सेल्स साथ में मिलकर हमें बनाती हैं. सेल्स हमारा बेसिक फाउंडेशन होती हैं. सेल्स फॉर्म द लोएस्ट लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विच हैज लाइफ. दिस लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज कॉल्ड सेल्यूलर लेवल. There are many different kinds of cells. Each kind of cell performs a specific function. To study the structure of a cell and its organelles, we need a special tools because each cell is too small to be seen with our naked eyes. We will therefore familiarize ourselves with the tools to carry out our study of a cell. Cells इतना छोटे होते हैं कि हम उन्हें देख नहीं सकते, इसलिए हमें उनकी स्टडी करने के लिए स्पेशल टूल्स की जरूरत पड़ती है, जैसे कि माइक्रोस्कोप. So now let's understand discovery of a microscope. Microscope की discovery कब कैसे हुई? A simplest microscope is a magnifying glass. A magnifying glass is also called simple microscope, but its magnification is not powerful enough to enable us to see a cell. Therefore, we use microscope for this purpose. There are number of microscopes which magnify objects to different size. Magnification of a simple microscope may be around 10 to 25. Magnification of a microscope about 5000 can be easily obtained in a good quality compound microscope. तो इन images में हम different types के microscopes को देख सकते हैं. First hand lens, second simple microscope, third compound microscope. A compound microscope is used for testing blood, stool and sputum of patients, for the study of the cells and tissues of plants and animals. In the most common microscope, light is used as a source of illumination. Such microscopes where light is used are light microscopes. Light microscopes which have two lenses, eyepiece and objective lens for magnification are called light compound microscopes. If there is only one lens used in the microscopes, it is called light simple microscope. In the school, these two types of microscopes are often used. Their magnification ranges from 400 to 450 times the size of the actual specimen. With advancement, electron microscope was built having magnification power of more than 50,000 times. In electron microscope, electron beam is used instead of light rays. तो microscopes different type के होते हैं. Compound microscopes में ढेर सारे different lenses लगाए जाते हैं. Simple microscope में सिर्फ एक लेंस का यूज किया जाता है. स्कूल में दोनों ही माइक्रोस्कोप्स फाउंड होते हैं. जो इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रोस्कोप होता है वहां पर लाइट की जगह पर इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम का यूज किया जाता है प्रोजेक्ट को किसी भी चीज को देखने के लिए. द सेल इज द स्ट्रक्चरल एंड फंक्शनल यूनिट ऑफ लाइफ. इट फॉर्म्स द लोएस्ट लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कॉल्ड द सेल्युलर लेवल. There are various types of cells. The cell cannot be viewed by a naked eye. It can be seen only through a microscope. Cells were first seen by Robert Hooke, who was an Englishman. The initial discovery was made by observing slices of cork under a microscope when they appeared like small boxes making up a honeycomb structure. Microscope. Cells of plants and animals can be seen only when observed through the microscope. The microscope that we use in the laboratory to view the cells is called the compound microscope. Figure given on the next page shows the different parts of the compound microscope. तो ये जो इमेज दिख रही है ये एक कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप की इमेज है और इसमें इसके बेसिक पार्ट्स दिखाए गए हैं. हाउ टू यूज अ माइक्रोस्कोप. माइक्रोस्कोप का यूज कैसे करते हैं? द ऑब्जेक्ट टू बी ऑब्जर्व्ड इज नोन एज स्पेसिमेन. मेक अ थिन फिल्म ऑफ अ स्पेसिमेन ऑन अ ग्लास स्लाइड. कवर द स्पेसिमेन फिल्म विथ अ कवर स्लिप. Place the glass slide on the stage. Bring the glass slide near the objective lens and focus on the specimen using the coarse adjustment knob. View the specimen through the eyepiece. Bring the specimen into better focus using the fine adjustment knob. The cell theory was put forward by two German scientists, Matthias Jakob Schelder and Theodor Schwann, in 1839. According to this theory, all living things, whether plants or animals, are made up of cells. All cells are similar in basic structure but functions are different. New cells develop from old cells. Rudolf Virchow added this to the cell theory. The function of cell depends on the way an organism works. This is the picture of Robert Hooke and this is the image of a cell. Shape and size of the cell. The cells have different shapes and sizes depending on the functions they perform. For example, nerve cells have fibers which may be over a meter long. Cells of the muscles are long and thin. This is because they have to contract and relax. The skin cells have a flat shape so that they can provide protection over a longer area. White blood cells are capable of changing their shape. This helps them in engulfing the germs while destroying them. Plant cells have a thick cell wall so that they can provide strength to the plant. The cells in the plants which store food are larger than the normal ones. The egg of a bird is a single cell. The largest cell is an ostrich egg. The smallest cell is a type of bacteria called mycoplasma. A typical cell measures around 0.02 mm in diameter. There are some cells like white blood corpuscles which do not have a fixed shape. Amoeba, an irregular single-celled organism, has pseudopodia which keeps changing its shape. In this image, we can see various types of cells. Knowledge basket. The egg cell of an ostrich is the largest. It is about 70 cm in diameter. The smallest cell is a bacterial cell measuring 0.1 to 0.5 micrometers. Structure of a cell. Cell का structure कैसा होता है? Cell vary in their shape and size. They might vary in their structure. However, a typical cell, as discussed below, has a number of organelles. In this image, you can see a generative cell. Cytoplasm. A cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that makes up most part of a cell. All life-giving processes take place in the cytoplasm. Cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. Cell membrane and cell wall. The cytoplasm is surrounded by a thin membrane called the cell membrane or plasma membrane. The cell membrane performs the basic functions: separates the cell from its surroundings, protects the cell, gives a proper shape to the cell, allows water and other necessary substances to pass through it. Plant cells contain cell wall along with the cell membrane. This is to provide extra strength to the plant cell. Nucleus. Nucleus is found suspended in the cytoplasm as a squamous or oval-shaped body. It is surrounded by a thin membrane called the nuclear membrane. The nucleus is located at the center of the cell in animal cell. It controls the vital functions of the cell. It consists of four major parts. They are nuclear membrane. It allows the passage of certain materials in and out of the nucleus. Nucleoplasm, a dense fluid present in the nucleus. Nucleolus. It is spherical body present at the center of the nucleus. It contains RNA ribonucleic acid. Chromosomes. These are thread-like structures present in the nucleus. Chromosomes contain DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, which contains the basic hereditary units called genes. The nucleus of the bacterial cells is not well organized like the cell of a multicellular organisms. There is no nuclear membrane. The cells having nuclear material without nuclear membrane are termed as prokaryotic. Pro is equals to primitive, karyon is equals to nucleus. Examples are bacteria and blue-green algae. The cell having a well-organized nucleus with a nuclear membrane are termed as eukaryotic. U is equals to good, karyon is equals to nucleus. Cells. All organisms other than bacteria and blue-green algae are eukaryotic. No membrane-bound organelles are present in prokaryotic cells but present in eukaryotic cells. Cell organelles. Mitochondria, commonly known as powerhouse of the cell. It produces energy by the oxidation of food. It is present in both plant cell and animal cell. Endoplasmic reticulum helps in transportation of substances within the cell. Ribosomes, they are responsible for protein synthesis. They are present in both plant and animal cells. Golgi bodies, they synthesize, store and secrete many substances. Lysosomes, they are present in animal cells and help in cellular digestion. Centrosomes, they are present only in animal cell. They are responsible for cell division. Vacuoles, these are clear spaces surrounded by a thin membrane. They are responsible for storage of food. They are prominent and large in plant cell but small and not prominent in animal cell. Plastids, they occur only in plant cell. They are of three types. Chloroplast, chlorogreen, they contain chlorophyll present in leaves which gives them a green color. They help in photosynthesis. B. Chromoplast, chromocolor, they are colored. They provide color to flowers and fruits. Leucoplast, leuco, white. They are colorless and help in storage of food. Potato tuber. Knowledge basket. A Golgi body was discovered by the Italian physician Camilla Golgi. It was one of the first organelles to be discovered and described in detail because its large size made it easier to be observed. Comparison between plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell has rigid non-living cell wall. In animal cell, cell wall is absent. Plant cell usually has a large vacuole. Animal cell vacuoles are either absent or small in size. Plant cell plastids are present. In plant cell, plastids are present. In animal cell, plastids are absent. In plant cell, centrosomes are absent. In plant cell, centrosomes are absent. In animal cell, centrosomes are present. In plant cell, food stored as starch. In animal cell, food stored as glycogen. Moral learnt. Every part of our body is made up of cells. Most of these cells are living units. These cells use water, oxygen and nutrients to live. They perform special functions, produce waste materials and also excrete waste. Here are some special names given to the various cell organelles based on their functions. Can you guess them? Commander-in-chief of the cell, powerhouse of the cell, protein constructor of the cell, chief cook of the cell, storehouse of the cell, outer limits of the cell. Find the actual organelles for these nicknames. Tech Talk. Electron microscope plays a very important role to view smaller components of cell like endoplasmic reticulum, nucleolus, ribosomes and many more. Development of cell theory would be impossible without electron microscope, which has a very high magnification and high resolution. Recapitulation. All living things are made up of cells. Cells are the structural and functional units of life. Cell was first observed by Robert Hooke in a cork in the year 1665. Some cells, like the egg of a bird, can be seen through a naked eye. Plastids are present only in plant cells. Plant cells have a large vacuole. Plant cells, like nerve cells, are very long. Thank you, class. Let's meet again in the next class.